it's way more better.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. Okay, but look at how cartel use this, even this principle when it come on to with the different ownership, right? That's why and what I was explaining earlier, I don't know if you were here for that live, but maybe you
No,
can
I'm there, man.
rewind
I listen two live, man. One from
from
my
the
phone and
beginning.
one from my
Okay.
TV. So I'm there,
Oh,
man.
okay, cool. So what I was saying was sometimes it benefits the artist more when they give up some of their ownership, especially if it's to the person who control all the other moving parts so that the song can scale. So let me explain what I'm saying. Like even with Fever, right? If you look at the credits for Fever, you see the Adija Jam records, you see TJ records, and you see Zojak as the distribution, right? What does that mean? That means that there's a shared infrastructure there, right? So this is a real it's a real it's one of it's a real case to show that one of his biggest records, right? It didn't look like, oh, him own everything. It's not an own everything situation, but because the scale was enormous, right? It's very profitable. You understand what I'm saying to you? You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
yeah.
sometimes is you want to own, right? But you don't have any control, you don't have any power, you don't have no marketing push, you don't have nothing behind it. So you own 100% of nothing, right? And your sound catching cobweb. But sometimes when you say, okay, I'm going to, in other words, 10% of 100 million is more than 100% of 4,000. You understand what I'm saying?
Correct.
Right? Good. So with Fever now, if you look at Fever, okay, okay, talk about Fever, right? Let me just break the lesson for a bit. Talk about Fever. That shows you ownership, control, and scale, right? But of course, him don't have that on every song, right? But this actually show you how can I explain it? It passed 100 million. Let me put it this way: it passed 100 million Spotify streams, right? It even though him don't have 100% ownership of it, right? It's still a meaningful share. You understand what I'm saying? So you don't have to once it scales, that's what matters. That's what I'm trying to say. Once it scales, it matters. You see what I'm saying? Because what the problem when you look at the credits of it, right? It showed that him have a shared label and distribution structure, right? Because him have the TJ records, like I was saying to you, him have Zojak. But why it worked? It worked because of the fact that it scaled. It had the gold certification in the US, right? And it have a big streaming reach, like I was saying to you, right? And the silver certification in the UK, right? So that show you say even cartel him don't need to have 100% ownership of every master in the business for it to work. So people obsession with this ownership might not be benefiting them in a lot of ways. That's what I'm trying to say.